We're down here with the winner of the Nelson 24-hour race here. This is awesome, man. Salins wins a 24-hour with a Porsche. Do we say Porsche wins Nelson's?
Sure, that's great. Nelson's been won by a Porsche before. I think Freddie Baker, who's from Cleveland, Ohio, won the race early on. I think it was 83. He won with a 944. So yeah.
How hard was that at night? I mean, it looked pretty tough out there. I went out there to pace the track a couple of times, and it was pretty tough seeing out there. How was it with this car?
You know, it was really good. You know, I give the track a lot of credit and ChampCar for putting those lights up. When they were up on Friday night, maybe they weren't quite positioned correctly, but boy, you guys made some good adjustments, and by the race, you could see a lot of the sight lines, so it was great.
Cool. So tell us a little about the car. A lot of folks are interested in the Porsche Boxster.
Yeah, so we have a Porsche Boxster. We're pretty familiar with Porsches. We've raced them for quite a long time, 911s, and most recently with Caymans. And the Boxster and the Cayman are fairly similar, so it was a lot of knowledge base that we were able to transfer over.
So Salins is your sponsor for this series, or for the cars. Tell us a little about Salins.
So Salins is a meatpacking company out of Buffalo, New York. They're known for their hot dogs, and anybody from Buffalo and their move away, what their family does is they bring them Salins hot dogs because they're just the best. So,
do you guys have any other sponsors for the car?
We do. We have a lot of great Ohio partners. We have a Honeybee Base, which is a Ohio-based company for web solutions. We have ECS Tuning, so they're out of Cleveland as well, and Porsche of Beechwood. So we got a lot of great partners right here in Ohio, so it's kind of neat to be able to race right here in Ohio and win.
So out of all your drivers, who were your drivers this weekend?
So it was myself, my brother Wayne Nonamaker, Joe Nonamaker, and Joe Salin.
So who was the fastest?
You know, I think that just depends upon getting the right open track. You know, you remember back in 2011 we had 77 cars. Gosh, even finding a lap where you only passed 20 cars or passed by 20 was a miracle, right? So, yeah, we raced that particular event, 11 and 12, when they were 25 hours, and boy, compared to those, this is almost insanity.
So you guys went through a lot of tires. We watched you throughout the night. Every time you came in, you kind of had to change tires. You really wore those Bridgestones out.
Well, we shaved them, so
okay.
You know, I'm not sure that's really necessary. I think in the future we might quit shaving those tires, but we'd shaved them and we'd already ordered them shaved, so we didn't want to take any risks. You know, you come here, we've been waiting for 39 years. My dad ran the original Nelson 24 hours in a Volkswagen Rabbit. We finished, I think, 5th overall. Then the next year, 5th and 4th, and then when we were with the Mazdas, we finished, I think, 5th as well. So, you know, when you've been waiting for 39 years, you don't really let anything to risk. So we were fortunate. I think we made one unscheduled pit stop the whole race for 1 minute. That was it. But as far as like the 5-minute fuel stops, we did exactly the 11 stops, and that's it. So hats off to the crew. I mean, to be able to only make one unscheduled stop, that's amazing.
You had 2 incidents out there that we saw. One was as you were coming around turn 12 here, 13, a car cut you off coming into pit lane. Kind of didn't see. Do you remember that? And then also the spin. Somebody down here spun.
I think every driver on our team had at least 5 or 6 experiences of cars spinning in front of us. You know what happened a lot, and it's typical of any kind of racing. You know, when you drop your outside tires off and you try to correct, you're going to hook. And I did see a lot of hooks this weekend. So, but Nelson's a fast track. It looks darn easy, but it hypnotizes you. You know, you start going around for 30, 40 minutes, and next thing you know, you get hypnotized, and you think you can go through 1 and 2 a lot faster than you do, and next thing you know, you're off the track.
Now, we had kind of predicted that maybe if you had if we had not had the red flag, that we could have hit with your car 1,000 laps.
I think that would have been very possible. I didn't really want to think about that in the race because, you know, you really jinx yourself, but I think so. I think we actually equal what we did in the 25 hours when the teams won then. So I think, what was that, Tiger Woods with the Mercury Cougar. So I think we equaled that, so that's not too bad considering I think we were stopped for, a half hour with red flag. So
45 minutes. So
45,
that's a lot of laps.
It is a lot of laps. So yeah, but, you know, it was a wonderful race. I appreciate Champ Car coming here. I hope we do continue to come here to Nelson. It's a classic. It's why this series and all endurance for street stock cars exist, because of this track.
Yep.
So
now, thanks for racing with us and choosing to race with us, and we'll see you at the next one.
Yeah, we're going to be at Pitt. I think that's a sellout, right?
Yep.
So what a growth for that. I mean, when we first went there about 4 years ago, it was like 30 or 40 cars, right? And now it's a sellout.
Yeah,
so
we have 35 cars on the wait list, I believe.
Yeah, that's a testament to the series. It's a wonderful series, you know. I mean, what more can you ask for than to have this kind of fun racing, and we appreciate it.
That's right. All right, thanks, man.
All right, thank you. And thanks to Tire Rack, too. We appreciate them.
Yep. Can you stop it? You can stop it. Car first place A class at the Nelson 24-hour MZ Customs. How hard was that to go against these bigger and maybe faster cars?
Oh, it was challenging, but we've all done some mixed class racing, so we're pretty well used to it by now.
The car stays pretty clean, a little dust on it. Other than that, was it pretty good for you guys overnight?
Yeah, everything ran pretty good, and we didn't have any issues. The crew did an excellent job. All our drivers did their part, and it worked out.
Tell us a little about the car.
It's a 99 NB Miata, and it's basically got a little bit of brake work done to it, and that's about it. There isn't a whole lot to say.
You got any sponsors?
Oh, we're kind of self-sponsored,
There you
so
go.
advertising. But
Visa.
yeah.
Who were your drivers this weekend?
This weekend we had Jeremy Miser, my business partner, and Brian Von Rant, Doug Weaver, Mike Miser, myself, and Nolan Feathers.
So who was fastest?
I don't know. We haven't decided.
Yeah, you haven't decided that. So how many 24s have you guys done?
Oh, this is the second 24. We were here last year.
So did you guys learn anything from last year that you applied this year?
Yeah, we brought as many parts as we could.
Did you have parts problems overnight or throughout the day?
Not really. Cam sensor and some light bulbs. That's about it.
Yeah, cool. All right, congratulations. Second place, first place in A class to MZ Customs. Yep. I'll get that. MZ Customs. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. I'm down here with Red Green Racing, third place. Overall, C class, second place. Red Green Racing. You're the team captain, right?
I'm the team captain because I can write legibly.
There you go. So this BMW, it did really well this weekend.
It's it's just one of those cars. You get one every once in a while. Everybody wasn't drinking at the factory. It's a great car.
So you didn't really have any equipment issues this weekend?
No, we changed tires, gas, and drivers.
Yeah. And did you just had a driver issue at the start of the race?
Just a minor one. He's the hot shoe we imported from down south.
We had an issue with a driver anyway.
Yeah, we know Perry. Used to be with Ronald's Racers, and yeah, he's a trooper.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I don't know about hot shoe, but he's just a trooper. I've got cussed at him many times over the years. So how was it out there at nighttime with you guys racing?
It was good, yeah. We had good visibility this year. The lights were good. I really appreciate what the track did with putting up the lights at some of the critical apexes. That really helped a lot.
How many 24s have you guys done?
6, 5, 6, yeah.
So what have you learned from those past 24s that really applied to get you up here?
Just don't be in the pits. Don't make any mistakes. Run a consistent pace. That's it.
What could you have guys done differently to move up further, other than getting your driver checked out?
Yeah, if we had a faster fourth driver, that would have helped. I think, yeah, more power. We put a brand new engine in, and I don't think our tune's quite right. It seems to be running really rich. So I think I like our backup car is quicker. So.
Now, you guys have any sponsors you want to thank?
Oh, just Visa, MasterCard, American Express, all the important sponsors. No,
Exton Auto Works let us use their shop and helped with the prep.
Who did the paint job? That's pretty awesome.
That's Glenn's.
Well, we built this car the first year at Chump, so it's been around a long time. We've actually had 6 wins with this car as a 318. And when we built it the first time, we were all talking about, this Chump car stuff, what are we going to do? And so we found this car behind Roy's garage down in Rochester, trees growing out of it. It was covered in mold and all that stuff. So we brought it out, resurrected it, and we had it up at my place working on it. Once we cleaned it, we invited all the kids from the area, and they came. We just gave them paint markers.
Too cool.
Told them they can draw whatever they want. Some of them could spell, some of them couldn't. It's all good.
Much like our crew, of ChampCar.Live.
There you go. Well, the ones that can't spell, they're going to be future doctors.
Yeah, there you go. Perry, what was it like driving up here in the north?
It was cold, but refreshing. Bill. Unlike North Carolina VIRs, which are really, really painful at night. But this was really great, and what a cool track. I mean, I've never driven Nelson before, but it was terrific. And everybody here was really, really great to race with. They gave you racing room. We had no contact. At least I didn't. No incidents. Oh, you had contact?
No.
Somebody had contact, but
Not me.
wasn't. So it's Roy, I guess. But anyway, it was a really great weekend. A lot
I
of
think
fun.
Barry thought he was driving a John Deere. He came in once and the car stunk. And we look at it and there's just grass packed in the wheels, packed in everywhere. And later I even found grass in the pedal cluster. I'm not sure how he managed that.
You're going to be able to get that back in New York with their grass laws.
We're not in Denver.
Yeah, there you go. So, so you're going to come back racing with us with, these fast cars?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've been building one for a few years, an E21, believe it or not, secret weapon. But and I still have the E30 Rusty that we campaigned, won the 12-hour, I think, last time we had it out. So I was talking to Mike Chiswick, and I said, I'm coming out. I've got to do December and then March. So we're going to get.
Don't do December because I'm doing that one.
Oh, okay. No, I won't do December then. I won't be fast. How about that? I'll be slow.
All right, guys, congratulations.
Thank you.
Blake's Garage, 248. You guys kicked some butt today, third place overall. Or it's a second place. Fourth place overall. We'll get this right. Down here with Blake's Garage, fourth place overall at the Nelson 24. What's that like, man?
Oh, this is great. This is our first 24-hour race ever. All of our first time driving here. So the first time we ever drove the track is Friday at 9 a.m. So this was a great outcome. Car held together. We only had a couple of minor issues, and everyone did a great job. We didn't have any contact with anyone, so
they're going to put it on the dyno to prove that you only have 32 horsepower. So who are your sponsors out there?
we only have one sponsor, and that's Kluber Lubrication. They supply all of our grease to keep all of our moving joints together.
So you use that in the wheel bearings?
Oh yeah, and we had one go bad.
Oh, wow.
But I think that was more of a hit, not a bearing or a grease issue.
Right.
So yeah, the car did really well. All the drivers did really well. Two guys first time out here driving with ChampCar ever, and at night in a 24-hour race.
So with that open cockpit, did you guys have any issues with the lights and at night? Because it was pretty bright for me when I'm driving the pace car. It blinded a few times out there.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely something you got to be aware of. But what we found was pretty useful is you just have the lights, just the mirror set so you can like lean up to see it and then sink down so it doesn't blind you.
That's what I ended up doing,
Yeah, because there are some really bright lights out there.
So where are you guys going to race at next?
Pit race.
All right.
Yeah, we're really excited about that. I've never driven there either. So
You'll love that track.
yeah, for sure.
All right, man. Good. Congratulations, fourth place.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Down here with fifth place overall, first place B class. Andy, Most Meant Racing. You guys are a staple here at Nelson Ledges. Kicked butt overnight. You had a couple of problems, but the car rocked.
It did. It behaved really well. We had a few little things we had to fight our way through, but every one of them was recoverable. We kept going. Really thought at the beginning when we were P2, P3 at the beginning, we really had something, but we were able to fight back from all the adversity and finish the race.
Is that scary being up front at the start of the race? Because all you can do is fall down.
No. It's absolutely fantastic. It's like, hey, we're here,
Are you screenshotting the race hero every lap?
No, not every lap, but we've done that before. The first time we came here, when we were in the front, every time they would announce it over the PA, we would all cheer. Yay!
13.
Yes.
Yeah. So tell us a little about the car. It's not something we see every day here. It's a Saturn something.
Yeah, a 92 Saturn SC. We started racing this car in 2011. It's got, I think, 13,000 miles of racing on it now. This is the fifth event that it's done here at Nelson Ledges, and it's becoming less and less like a Saturn every day as we keep adding parts to it. Yes.
It's like the Saturn V evolved into the Apollo Soyuz type stuff.
There you go. Absolutely. So I've got all my drivers. I want to thank all my drivers. I got two guys. Colin's our brand new driver.
Raise your hand, Colin.
Colin. And John is his second race. He put down fast time for the car at night. Wow. 119.4. And then and Dave over here, he finished up for us, also putting in a lot of hot laps. And Joey, that's the team. Cool. So we did. Everybody did a great job out there, and we brought the car home in one piece.
So, got any sponsors?
Yeah, sure, sure. Well, yeah, I work at Bridgestone, so I get the employee discount on tires. I love that, and also Colin works at Summit Racing Equipment, so he's part of the team, and so we're carrying their logo on the car.
Cool.
Appreciate everything they do for us.
So, what Team Penske. There you go. So those super secret shocks he has on it.
Yeah.
So we'll jump over that part. What could you guys have done differently to finish up a little higher?
Well,
Not running out of gas on the first stint.
we ran out of gas a couple of times, and so we lost some time there. Also, there was a lot of we spent a lot of time between Indy and now trying to get this car ready. Replaced 5 or 6 body panels, straightened out the tub, had to rebuild the engine, and we also engineered new hubs. But we didn't get to mind our P's and Q's on some of the details, and so some of that stuff came and got us.
Now overnight you had a fuel issue. Somebody spun in front of you, so you had to go off-roading right back here behind me. That kind of
Yes,
hurt the car?
it did. Well, it broke the fuel line open, but fortunately we had the right stuff and we were able to put it back together. It's one of those plastic fuel lines. Might want to replace it. It's probably 1992 vintage, but we'll I'll take a look at that later. But yeah, we really were struggling to get the whole car together before this race, so some of the small stuff we just didn't get right, and it cost us. And to be fair, everybody who has new drivers knows that it takes a couple times to really start getting used to those things and gauge what other people are doing. And I appreciate that he brought the car in one piece. I mean, a little fuel line thing was easier than when they pry it off the tire barrier or whatever, so it was all good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now your whole family races with you. We see that a lot in this series. Families coming out and race, but you've been doing it probably longer than anybody else.
Absolutely. I remember the first time was it 2012, I think, here, or 2013. When my kids came the first time and started giving me lap times over the radio, and I was like, this is really cool. Yeah. So they've all really kind of gotten into it and support me. My dad really helped me out a ton with getting this car back together, because we had a lot of work to do, and he spent many weekends over.
He seems a little bitter.
Yeah, yeah, right. Well, he's not the only one, but we loved racing there. It was just unfortunate that we got tangled up in all those things. So,
all right, guys, where are you going to race at next with us?
Don't know yet. Next year, we're working on another car. You're probably not going to see this one before you see the next one. So,
what kind of car?
It is a GM product.
Okay.
And it'll be D-Class.
Okay. It's the first a C8, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I volunteer to drive.
That's okay.
All right, guys. Congratulations. Kick butt.